Okay, so here I am again. Um, yeah, the comparison between Path of Exile 1 and 2 on on a console, on PlayStation 5 or PlayStation at all, would not be fair because the developer at GGG put a lot of time and effort into um, the the gameplay on console, and they did great. I have to admit, it's it's a very well-rounded um, gameplay with controller. You can play with controller on a PC as well, and it's just plain good. There are some issues, especially when it comes to chat. Chat is not very good, but I can't see how you should fix that with only the controller in charge. If you're on a PC and you have a controller and mouse keyboard as well, it's not a big deal. So you can have an easy workaround, and you can use both keyboard and controller to chat. But on PlayStation, yeah, those uh, this is just ugly. It's I totally skipped um, when trading um, the the polite response to say thank you for trade, um, have a good day, or what else, because it took too much time, and um, the the buttons are just the opposite to use than you have used before for combat or for item management. So very often I was typing in a message, and when I try to send it, I just delete it. Yeah, but it's yeah. I don't see how you can fix that. So it's just a small issue. Okay, let's start the comparison between Path of Exile 1 on a PC and Path of Exile 2 on a PC or on console, wherever you want to play it. Okay, first off, I can't see a clear winner here. When I say I do a comparison between those two video games, it's just it's just a comparison between a computer game which is over 12 years old, got a lot of content, and numerous bug fixes and content upgrades and balance changes and so on and so on, versus a game which is in beta. It's early access. So, yeah, of course, it's not ready at all. It's in the beginning, in the very beginning. But still, I want to do a comparison because I want to express what my concerns right now are with Path of Exile 2 in comparison to Path of Exile 1. So so everybody can see where I'm coming from and where I get those concerns. Okay, so first the graphics. Path of Exile 1 is a video game which is from the graphics a dinosaur. It's too old. The graphics are too bad. Uh, you could see it in before when I started the clip. And yeah, if you compare the graphics between those two, um, we have a clear winner. The graphics in Path of Exile 2 are very nice. They're sharp. Um, they got a great detail, and yeah, everybody is like it should be nowadays when you play a video game. So, on the other hand, in Path of Exile 1, we got a lot of microtransaction. We got a lot of different um, monster, and we got a lot of different gear. And when you play the game, you don't see it. It's just a lot of different colors having combat together on the screen. That's Path of Exile 1 at the moment. So the graphics are so bad, in my opinion, that for me it's like when I started to play Path of Exile, like in the first 6 7 years, and I got bored and went back to Diablo 2, and I was like, oh holy shit, what is this graphic? Did I ever find this attractive? I can't imagine. But yeah, when I started with gaming, ARPG gaming, I started with Diablo 2, Diablo 1, but yeah, that was a whole different matter. So Diablo 2 um, at that day was great graphic, and yeah, years later when Blizzard got Diablo 3, and I was not very impressed about the game. I went to Path of Exile, and the graphic there was so much better. Um, but yeah, com- compared to Path of Exile 2, nowadays, we have a clear winner, of course. Um, so, yeah, um, that's the graphic. I think not many will disagree here. Okay, next is the gameplay. The gameplay, we got um, different sections. One, the gameplay, how you use maybe the controller or the keyboard with WASD and so on. They did a great job at GGG, and the gameplay in combat and in most cases when it comes to item organization, it's pretty good, and it's the next step to Path of Exile 1. But but if it comes to smoothness and yeah, in-game combat, still Path of Exile is way ahead of Path of Exile 2. Why is that? In my opinion, Path of Exile 2 lacks the fluidity. Um, it's sometimes too clunky, especially okay when you look here in my hideout. It looks like I'm moving fast, right? No, it's not fast. This is fucking slow. Um, if you compare it to Path of Exile 1, and you have 30% movement speed on your boots, okay, you're flying through your um, hideout. Um, and this is so unnecessary because, um, and I mean, there are already boots with 35% movement speed. I tried them out. They bring not a lot more. Um, so yeah, it's unnecessary because movement speed, it's just to get from A to B in your hideout and in the maps. When you go in a map uh, and you want to get from one point to the next point, not to uh, not the action speed when you're fighting. No, just the movement speed. So you get from one point to the next, and it's too slow. It's, I don't know. It don't feel right. Um, so also the skills, the gameplay with the skills. It's in Path of Exile, it all makes sense. You can easily trigger skills, use them for defense and offense, um, like you want it to be triggered. Um, in Path of Exile 2, yeah, I don't know. It's maybe um, it's in the making. What we really need some more options here to have a more smooth gameplay, even in combat situations. Um, so next point is the loot and the crafting. Um, when there is loot in Path of Exile 1, it's too much. It's so much that you will instantly brick your gameplay when you don't use a good loot filter. Um, because it's too much from everything. So even if I play um, on my PC, I played Settlers like 2 months or 3 months. I got several characters to level 100 or at least 98, and when I play over there, like I did today earlier, um, there's so much stuff dropping, even if I got the highest possible loot filter activated. Um, but in Path of Exile 2, the loot is not enough. it's and it's mostly loot where you don't care about. So they they argued this way. They said, okay, we want that the loot that is dropping is more interesting for the players, so they will pick it up. Don't care about if it's white, blue, or rare yellow. But in fact, I don't pick up any of those ever. Just only at the very beginning in the storyline when I need some new items, low level items. But as soon as I got the level requirements, I just use items which I already found, or I will buy them. But I don't pick up any loot from the ground in Path of Exile 2 because it's all bad and it's a big waste of time to pick it up. Rares are always shit. White, you can't craft them. The crafting system is so bad in Path of Exile right at the moment that it makes no sense to pick it up and to craft it. It's more intelligent to go to Rock or Tujen or Gwennen and craft here, although the crafting with Expedition is a pain in the ass. But at least you got a tiny chance to get a good item which you really want to have and which you can use. But if you just pick up a white item, bring it to your stash, and try to craft it with transmutation, augmentation, regal, and exalted orbs, it's 99.9 time shit. I kid you not. And if you say, okay, but there are some more options, those essences, sorry, there there are not enough. This greater essence is the only greater essence I've found so far. And I played a lot. I played not only like 10 hours. No. I can show you how much I played. Uh, you can't see it here. Wait. There is yeah. I think playing over 320 hours and most of it I played in endgame and in maps. That's not a lot of essences, right? And yeah, so the crafting is just not good. You can't craft any good gear for yourself. If you're lucky, you can craft some gear which you can sell then. And yeah, but okay, in my opinion, for me, it's better to craft not at all. Just keep the currency and go buy some stuff which is worth something, and you can use it. Okay, so in Path of Exile 1, even if I'm at at the end of a league and I'm in endgame and I got several characters already fully geared, I still pick up special items to have a chance to craft them because crafting in Path of Exile 1 is complicated, yes, but it's good. You can craft a lot of items in the right way to use it. um, so yeah, um, even in endgame, I pick up good bases. Don't care if they are white, blue, or yellow because it's a orb of scouring over there in Path of Exile 1. So I can make them white and craft from scratch. I mean, this is crafting. Okay. Which will lead us to the last point for now, the excitement of loot drops and of playing Path of Exile 1 or 2 at all. The clear winner at the moment is Path of Exile 1. I played just a couple of hours today since start of December, start of early access. Um, and I have to say, I got like 10 situations where there was excitement when loot was dropping, excitement when going into a map, which I don't have in Path of Exile 2 after playing 320 hours and more. Because everything what's dropping is not good. It's not good. And you just have, let's say, two or three items which are worth something, like the divine and more. So you have to do the hardest content in the game to have an exciting drop. And most of the time, they drop they drop just shit. So you are disappointed. But still, the hardest content, like Arbiter is so fucking hard. I got a really good character right now, but I can't kill Arbiter on level 2. I can't. Yeah, maybe it's because I'm not good in playing. It's just fair. I just skip this, but it's simulacrum, for example. If you play simulacrum, you will die. You will not make it to the end. So if you're lucky, the modifier in the last 3 or 2 areas are not that extremely bad, so you can make it. But it's a big gambling. Normally, you will just die because there are so many negative modifier which all sums up you can't survive unless you have a special character build that is for simulacrum, which this one is not. So yeah, okay. So the excitement is missing because it's not enough interesting loot that can drop. And yeah, to be honest, the end game right now it's not interesting enough. It's just only like, okay, what can you play? You can play Breach, you can play Ritual, you can play Delirium, and you can play Expedition. Expedition and Ritual, the rewards are so bad. The ritual rewards will get better after after you spend like uh 30 divine to kill the king in the mist multiple times so you can upgrade the skill tree. If you don't upgrade the skill tree, which you can see here, that's simulacrum. Where is this? Is yeah, this is this. Ah, yeah, yeah. This is ritual. I did not a single time. So all the good points which will make your ritual play feeling better are gated behind this King in the Mist encounter, which you don't get at all if you just play normally ritual. The rewards in ritual are just so bad. Same with simulacrum. You you don't get enough splinters at all unless you spec into the tree. But you can't spec into the tree because simulacrum is so fucking hard. So also gated. Logbooks. It gets a little bit better if you find those fucking bosses in a logbook. But you don't care about running logbooks because the logbooks are just not rewarding at all. Because the crafting with Rock and Gwenin and Tujen is just bad. So the only choice you have in maps is Breach, which is from the get-go not bad, not that bad. And then you got pretty fast um, a Breach stone, and then you can run your first sesh. And this fight is really good design, and it is fun to play, and it gives you the opportunity to get your breaches better. Yeah, the skill tree for the maps is, in my opinion, is okay. You can first spec into waypoints to get more waypoints, later into rarity or whatever, map pack size. That's good. Yeah, the arbiter, I don't know. This is not for me at least. Bosses are okay. Yeah, so the excitement is at some point it's just missing. And yeah, what else is there? You can, of course, you can do the trials. You can do trial of the Sekima or try a trial of chaos, also known as Sanctum or Ultimatum, which both is to a degree it's fun when you have a build which can do the bows or one of those, and the loot is also okay. It's, in my opinion, it's fun, it's good in this state, it's good, but it's not enough. So you have pretty boring atlas skill, atlas tree, and you have the trials. That's all. So yeah, excitement is missing, and I really hope they will fix it sooner or later. Sooner than later. Sooner than later. Um, yeah, I don't know. The, of course, it's just my feeling, and of course, it's not fair because, like I said in the beginning, Path of Exile is like over 12 years old, and Path of Exile 2 is just a couple of months. But okay, GGG, you have to do something. And yeah, one last point. One last point. Okay, I really have to say this. Sometimes I wonder why there are situations in the game where I think to myself, why didn't they fix this? Why is it in Path of Exile 2 at all? Because they fix it, the same situation, the same game content. They fixed it in Path of Exile 1 years ago. And now it's already again in Path of Exile 2? Why? Why? They should know better. That's really a little bit weird. But okay, maybe you have a totally different opinion. Just let me know. And yeah, I hope some people will like the clip.